of Pixlfeed Radio, episode, what did I say? 8 or 9? I think it's 8. No, 9. 9. I don't know, 8. I think it's 8. Whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, I got my friend here, Phil Kyprianou, back so we can talk e-com, what's going on, what should we expect in the next few weeks. Because it's getting cray-cray, man. A lot of my friends who have quote-unquote real jobs, they're actually getting kicked out of the office and made work from home. And all that craze that's going on with people just buying. I mean, I wish I had a toilet paper company online right now. We'll be killing it. So what are you seeing in trends on your ad accounts? I mean, right now I'm down. I'm definitely down by half.
I mean, with the clients we're working right now, we don't see a lot of changes. It's pretty stable. Pricing and all this kind of stuff is pretty stable. I don't see any change. I've seen like other people having like probably some issues, but it probably depends on the niche also, and depending probably also on the countries they're targeting or regions. Could be, a lot of stuff affecting. So basically, I can imagine people advertising in Europe right now. There's probably issues going on, even in terms of sale. I have like some friends that are selling in Italy and Germany and places like that, and they have some issues. I mean, not only with the ad account, but I mean, just fulfilling people stuff because they are like they're restricted, in terms of the number of employees they can have in their warehouse and things like that. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass. So that's what I'm seeing globally. I know in other industry, I'm part of another Facebook group here, a local Facebook group in French in Quebec, and there was already like some agencies complaining about clients, stopping all the work that they had doing with them and postpone work also. So we can start to affect some businesses because also we don't know what's going to happen, not only in terms of the whole economy, basically, of the whole economy. I remember, so one thing I want to share is I remember in 2008. I mean, we had an agency back then. We had our internet radio back then, and not only because of Facebook, but because of the crash in 2008, we lost a lot of the big agencies' budget during that time, and but people were still consuming, audio and still listening to the internet radio and all this kind of stuff. But we lost a lot of contract during that time because people were scared, and that's what we see, in the first thing. And that's, I mean, personally, I feel that it's always stupid. But the first thing that people do when it comes down to crisis is they stop marketing, like.
Yeah, I just
why,
yeah, I had a deal that I've been working with Google. I don't like straight up Google in New York City, their headquarters. They reached out to me, and we've been in talks for like, I don't know, like 3 months of back and forth. Like, obviously I can't talk about what it is.
Yeah.
But let's just say it had to do with people in public places. That's all I'm about to say. Mm-hmm. And we were getting ready to start. I'm like all pumped up. Contract is like, getting ready to sign so we can get started. And then I get the call last week. Sorry, but, headquarters, we got to pull the plug for now, freeze everything because of obvious reasons, Yeah. And I was like, I get it. I mean, it's not going away, hopefully, but it was just such a hit, man. I was like, this is when you grew up in sales and working for yourself, you don't celebrate till that contract is signed and that check hits the bank. And this is exactly why, because we've been in talks for 3 months. Everything was gravy. And, it's not that they don't want to do it. It's just, it's out of their control. It's out of everybody's control. So that one I can understand 100%. The other one, when I'm seeing where I'm getting affected or clients are getting affected as well, is fitness. I have a fitness brand and I have clients who have fitness brands. And sales just started dropping by half in the past 2 weeks because, people don't want to go to the gym because it's a cesspool. It's a petri dish. I haven't been to the gym in 3 days and I'm free. I'm like, I need to work out. I need to do something just because I have a newborn now, he's 6 months old. Like the last thing I'm going to do is go to the gym and try to risk bringing something home, you know? And I'm not one of those people that freaks out and has gone and bought all that stuff, but isn't it amazing, like the shopping craze that it has created? When I'm sitting here, I'm like, dude, we're in the US. We're not a third world country. It doesn't mean, I mean, they're not going to stop manufacturing this stuff or sending it or shipping it. Like, I mean, the freak out that people have, it's crazy. And now that what I'm thinking is, there's no better time for e-com, because if everybody's being sent home, guess what? They're going to be on their phones scrolling through their feeds. They're going to be bored out of their mind on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever. And I have a feeling if you're not in those niches that are going to get affected, like fitness or, you know, whatever, local stuff, you should see yourselves go through the roof. I mean, that's what I'm anticipating. But at the same time, I got to think, are people going to be hoarding money because of the stock market and stuff like that? But, you know, when people think about the stock market, let's face it, most of the people aren't in the stock market. And a lot of the people who buy everything on Facebook, you know, as an impulse purchase, you know, they're not, most of them, believe it or not, the most expensive brands are impulse buyers who can barely afford it, because I've seen the data. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of weeks as far as like sales go. What do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, one thing you're bringing is, for sure, people now are going to consume much more of their social media. And we can see that because people are just hooked on seeing what's going to be the next thing about the coronavirus. And the best thing you could do is advertise now, because people will see you in your feed. And if you are bright enough to create some creatives that, you know, can attract or catch the eye of the people, it's even better now. So the thing is, you need to find the right products. One thing that you brought is fitness. For sure, there's down on the fitness for the gym, but fitness at home, it's growing. So, you know, people want to continue to stay fit. What they were going to do, they're going to use programs, apps, or anything like that. They will even buy stuff to create their own gym, you know?
Dude, so, Peloton should be like tripling down on their campaigns right now, like all the way.
And I don't want to go into the conspiracy theories, but the timing with Peloton is just crazy, you know?
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
It's like they found like the right time. Oh, okay, we're seeing that this virus is gonna come and it's gonna spread around the world. Let's start marketing right now so we can be ahead of the curve. And when everyone wants to start training at home, we'll be there.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely, that's one way to look at it. You should be looking at creating an angle to hit for people staying at home, because most people, I mean, they're canceling everything. They're canceling all like major sports teams. They're canceling. So a lot of people are going to be really bored at home. So if you can create good content, you know, stuff that's entertaining or witty or, you know, smart, I wouldn't recommend, you know, like playing the whole fear thing. That's just not cool. And people are not gonna like that if you have an e-commerce brand. The other thing I was thinking about that it's affecting a lot, and I feel bad for these people, it's, you know, restaurants and, you know, regular jobs. You know, fortunately that people that, you know, make an hourly wage, they're going to be affected big time. So, you know, if you're a restaurant or, you know, something like that, I will try to offer, you know, do some marketing with Messenger where you offer a discount and deliver, you know, get in your car and bring the food to home. I mean, because these guys can't afford to not make money. And I'm sorry, you know, if you're an hourly waitress or bar, whatever, if you work at a restaurant, that's what I would do, man. Just eat it up for a couple of months. I mean, you got to make money. So unless you have savings ready to go and you know how to make money online, which I'm sorry to say, most of you don't. And I hope you're listening to this and learn from my whole channel. But if you're not, I would say just do what you got to do, especially as a restaurant. I was thinking about that. If I was a restaurant owner, I would just run a campaign through Facebook ads, Instagram, and give a no-brainer offer where you will deliver to them, and all they have to do is just show their phone with Messenger with a coupon to claim the coupon, and you know they can pay through Messenger, they can pay through Venmo, so you don't have to leave the restaurant until you're already paid. And if you play the angle of, hey, help the community, you know, and it's not even an angle, it's the truth. If you just tell the truth of like, listen, we're getting really affected by this, we will love your support. We're not asking you for free money, but we're asking you to purchase whatever from us. You know, all you have to do is put the order through Messenger and we'll show up at your doorstep for an extra $5 fee or something, which, you know what, I will gladly pay that. Forget about Grubhub and Postmates and all that stuff. They got plenty of VC money. They got plenty of money from all over the world. Support your local businesses, the ones that are spending their own money, whether it's $10 a day, $25 a day, $50, $100 a day, and advertising on Facebook to try to make things right for their employees.
And again, I mean, it's direct to consumer. I mean, that's the best thing. And that's one thing we say in e-commerce as well. You have like the major channels like Amazon, and Amazon's going to grow for sure, continue to grow, especially in that time. But try to get direct to the consumer, whatever business that you're doing, that's the best way. So if you are able to offer a service to the people with your own drivers that will deliver your stuff, your food, or whatsoever service to your clients, do it. I mean, the old technology is there, is available. You don't need to reinvent the wheel anymore. And you're not, it's not an obligation from yourself to use Uber food or skip the dishes or anything like that. If you find this already too complicated, or if you find that they have extra fees or anything like that, don't take that as excuses. Like you say, Chris, I mean, people can pay by PayPal or whatsoever, and you get your food delivered, and thank you very much, or any kind of other services. It's there, it's available to everyone. And I think right now, I mean, people will start realizing, first of all, the power of the internet now, where it is and how it is going to be for the next couple of years. I think that if people live enough confined in their house, they will see that they will have to create new habits regarding that, and that will create a massive, how can I say that, a massive, sorry, I forgot that name.
Message?
Not a learning, the people will get into it faster, basically, then. Right. When you have like some traditional habits that you're always doing the same stuff. I mean, you don't take the time to go into these new ways of doing stuff, But now there's that. And one thing I wanted like to bring is like, we see like all these events canceled or postponed or anything like TNC just announced. I mean, why not doing virtual events? Why not doing virtual summit? People will still look. I was talking that to my wife. I mean, sometimes, even like in the normal times, I don't feel traveling. I just feel like better staying at home, and I still want the content, but I want the content live. I don't want to have like the pre-recorded content. So,
well, I think most people, they're not going to own an Oculus Rift or whatever the Samsung one it's called, the iPhone one. I mean, of course I have one because I'm a techie, but I mean, that's a great idea. I mean, virtual reality, with your consoles and stuff like that. I didn't even think about that, but it's like you're saying, it's the other thing that you got to think of as an entrepreneur. It's like, what kind of ideas can you get out of this to serve those people that are locked up at home? Because this, I mean, it could be a temporary business idea, or it could be something you can expand on later on. I don't know, but I mean, there's definitely opportunities that are going to open there for different type of businesses. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about it. It's just like, hey, what can you do that you can offer people that are locked up at home, even if it's locally,
Anything, any big niches out there, think about it and think what you can do for home. Like, let's talk about dog owners, cat owners, what you can offer for these people. There's a bunch of services that you can bring at home, anything like health, even health. I mean, I think that's a part that is very underdeveloped and has a lot of potential, nurse at home or any kind of stuff like that, for any kind of situation, the drugstores also, they have now it's getting more and more,
I think that's there's a lot of red tape when it comes to that stuff here in the States, though. I mean, that will take a lot. I was thinking more in the terms of like, something you can just launch in a couple of days or, a week just with a few ads,
For sure. And check out these food business like Blue Apron. Like, let's check Blue Apron like on the stock market. I would be like very curious what is going to be, because people will feel probably that they better order like the stuff from there. No, they don't have like probably, I mean, the time, or they don't have, like, they're not able to go out on the supermarket and buy their stuff, so they're going to order from there, you know.
So the meal delivery service companies, a lot of meal delivery service companies are gonna, they're probably gonna go up in demand for sure. I mean, there's a lot of competition for those as well.
And kindergarten, that's another issue, because now everyone's gonna work from home, you know. Like, I just, like, my wife just sent me a message, like, I mean, the kids are with us, like, for the next 2 weeks, so they close, like, the kindergarten. So what are we going to do? You know, there's I mean,
that reminds me of the kids in China who shut down the homework app with 1-star reviews out of the iPhone, out of the Apple Store. Sorry, I thought that was hilarious.
but I mean, like, there's service there. I mean, there's going to be, like, some people that wants to do, like, you know, taking care of the kids at home. You know, that's going to be a very popular service.
Yeah. Start a podcast and a YouTube channel like I did. My views have gone up almost double in the past 4 days, and I haven't done anything differently. So there's a sign right there. The other thing I was thinking about, though, so China just went through it, right? Yeah. And they were pretty hardcore about shutting everything down. But from what I'm seeing from my suppliers and everything else, is that they're back to normal. Like, everything over there is almost back all the way to normal. So if you're selling stuff from China, you're buying bulk from China, your stuff is made in China, so you're almost through the hard phase that we just went through the past, you know, few weeks, which it was tough if you don't have inventory sitting around. I'm sure a lot of people had to deal with customer service nightmares and all that stuff, trying to explain, hey, this is what's going on. But, you know, the news, I'm sure it helped us. So I think now what's going to happen on the US side, that everything's going back to normal, are the people who get stuff made here. You know, like, a lot of print on demand companies are here and all that stuff. For what I read and what I see, not all, like, warehouses are still going strong. I wonder what kind of precautions they're taking. But as we keep moving on and going on, you think they're going to shut down? Like, should people bulk up an inventory? I mean, I just don't know. You know, like, I see some stores, like the fitness I'm being affected by, and some others I am not. But what do you call it?
You're going to limit, probably, again. I mean, hopefully, and it really depends on how it's spread out. You know, I think if they are able to control how it's spread, it shouldn't go. It shouldn't go as hard, probably, as China. But if they're really not able to do it properly, it could affect a bunch of stuff, like from not only the warehouse, you know, management, but the delivery system as well. You know. Even in China, I mean, I received a message just today from a supplier, and they say that they limit the numbers of convoy from DHL. You know, so the DHL is not full speed right now. So their manufacturer is full on, but the delivery is not full. You know, so is there something like that could happen in the US? It is possible. But again, it's how they will be able to control and make sure that people don't spread, you know, that virus around.
Don't touch your face like I just did if you're watching on YouTube. My God, I went to the gym yesterday. No, when was the last time I went to the gym? It wasn't yesterday. It was like a few days ago. That's when I decided, okay, I got to stop. And I was actually paying attention to, like, how much I touch my face. And dude, you have no idea how much you touch your face until you actually start paying attention. And then the other thing is my phone. Yeah. You know, you're on your phone changing music tracks or podcasts and looking at Facebook and looking at emails. Like, I answer emails in between sets and stuff like that. So, you know, they say that it lives on hard surfaces for like 9 days. And I'm like, okay, this is not good. I have like a 6-month-old at home. So that's when I stopped going to the gym. Like, I realized how much, you know, I touch my phone and my face and all that. And then I went to Target. For those of you that don't know, that's Target. Because I was like, this is before, like, the whole frenzy started going on. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get some sanitizers for my phone, you know. And they're like, oh, no, we're sold out. I was like, what? But it's just like, people are just stocking up, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I think, I don't know, if you're on your business, you might want to, what I would say, if you're an e-com, I would definitely start communicating with your customers and keep them up to date with what's going on, especially as sales come in.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to do, and trust me, I've been through this nightmare before where, this is what back in the day when I was drop shipping, where like the supplier didn't come through and then it turned into a customer service nightmare. And one thing I learned from that experience was that if you keep communicating with your customers and you keep them up to date, I mean, the professionals, the ones that know this game and they do it the right way, they know to communicate. The ones that drop the ball are the kids who like start drop shipping and all of a sudden get lucky and then they just get scared and ignore everybody. That's the worst thing you can do. If you believe it or not, if you communicate with your customers, they'll understand what's going on as long as you do it. Whether it's one email a day or one email every 3 days, just keep them updated. Be like, hey, you could do something. I mean, the way I would do it, I don't have that issue right now, but if I had to approach the issue, it will be something like, sale comes in, I will change my purchase emails like, thank you for your purchase. We'd really appreciate it. As you know, everything that's going on in the world right now, we might see some delays in our orders. If you have any questions or any issues, please let us know. In the meantime, we're going to keep you updated. We're up to inventory right now, but inventory might have to stop for a while depending on what happens. We will keep you updated. You'll be amazed how many people will be just cool with that. All right. Because unless most people that buy online, impulse purchases on Facebook, especially, they're not in a hurry to get it the next day. Some are very impatient. And those people, you know what? You don't want those people. They're going to start bitching from day one. You say, okay, you're going to have a problem with this. Here's your money back, refund. Best of luck to you. Thank you. Whatever. You don't want those type of clients anyway, because they're always going to have something to complain about.
Oh, absolutely.
The ones that buy from you and they understand the situation, like, I just bought it. I liked it. It's cool. Keep communicating with them and they're going to be fine with it. That's what I would recommend doing.
Yeah, I agree on that.
So
100% agree.
Anyway, just wanted to have a quick update of what was going on. Anything else you want to bring up, Phil? I think we got it pretty much covered.
I mean, people just need to understand that basically this happened already. I mean, in the past, today, the very big difference is we have social media, so everything is extrapolated like 100 times more. And on the e-commerce side or the selling side, I mean, there's always opportunities, but also you always need to find a backup at a certain point. So in e-commerce, if you're selling like that type of products, and everything is made in China for a reason that we all know, make sure, you find another suppliers or other line of products that at least, temporary, you're not shutting down your old business because something like that happened. It creates a lot of damage. And, I'm seeing like big businesses right now in this industry that not only things are not going well, but they start also putting people at the door. They just fire people because they are not able to sustain. And that brings me to cash flow business. E-commerce is a cash flow business. So you need to always find a way to get a reserve when that kind of stuff happens, because, okay, now you can probably live like a week without, any revenues, but are you able to live 3 months without any revenues? Probably not. Especially in a very high demanding cash flow business like e-commerce, it is.
Just like when PayPal holds your money and takes your money so they can give it away for people with loans with interest. Like, it's so obvious. Like, you're holding my money so you can give it away in your fucking loans. I get the emails about loans. Get pre-approved, whatever percentage interest. I don't even know what the interest is. It's so clear that's what they're using your money for. Yeah. And then you're the one paying for it. Like, I've seen them almost cripple businesses because they'll hold 150 grand or 60 grand or whatever. It happened to me. It sucked. It's happened to you. I think it's happened to you too, right?
Right. So it happened.
Yeah. So like, the other thing that that's a good thing that you brought up, and I'm just now thinking about this because I have pretty good systems set up in my stores, but definitely start looking at ideas to bring your average. You should always be doing this. You should be looking to ideas to bring your average order value up so you can get the most that you can all at once.
Yeah.
And that will help your cash flow as well.
Absolutely.
So instead of, if you're selling one product, bundle it. Bundle it with 3, do quantity breaks, or bundle accessories like a combo, like a McDonald's combo. Here's the burger, here's the fries, here's the Coke, all at once. Get 20% off when you buy all 3. And you're just getting the most money you can, because that will help your cash flow in the long run. And even when everything's fine, the higher your average order value is, the better it's going to be. Because we know, especially the way Facebook, advertising costs keep going up, Google's already expensive as it is. It's not an ATM like it used to be back in the day. the game has changed. You're acquiring a customer, and it's your job as a business to nurture that customer and build a relationship with them so they come back and purchase from you again. How do you do that? Retargeting, email sequences, offers later on down the road. But it's not an ATM anymore. I mean, some products, yes, they'll sell right away because they're, nobody else has them, or it's something super.
There are exceptions.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the way you should be thinking, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's all about knowing your numbers as well. That's another thing. So it's part of the game. When you don't have like visibility or understanding of what you're doing, I mean, at certain point it will catch you up, and you will be in deep problem. So it's very important, like, to have like this understanding, visibility, have mechanism in place to back up you, like right now.
Yeah,
that's part, and opportunities also. It's finding like opportunities that can help you, but without too many distraction, because distraction is a very big enemy also of your business. So you have to find ways that are much more complementary than distraction. That's always one question you have to ask yourself. It is a distraction, or is it really complementary to what you're doing?
Yeah, no, definitely. So to wrap this up, what do you think? Okay, so the major points to be ready for this and last long forever for as long as this lasts. If you're a local business, hey, if you're a restaurant or something like that, service, deliver. I will literally run a local ad, 15-mile radius with an offer where it goes to their messenger, discount, deliver, and charge a delivery fee. Be pretty straight about it. People will understand what everything that's going on, and you'll be amazed how many people will buy from you, especially if they know you already.
Yeah.
Oh, if you have an email, most restaurants don't have an email list because they just don't do it. But if you have, a customer list, you can actually upload that to Facebook or Google or whatever, and you can create a custom audience. But, for local, you don't have to get that greedy needy with it. But I would say, email your customers.
Yeah.
If you're a restaurant, you should be emailing your customers anyway. So, that if you're a service like that, offer delivery, so people don't have to leave their house. E-com, make sure you're stocked up. Raise your average order value. Those are the pretty two right there. 3, come up with a different angle, for your products like fitness. We're seeing a hit. Well, now we're going to shift to working out at home, because you can't go to the gym. That's 3 right there. What else? I think that we had a couple more. What was that? I think I got all of them. Is there more?
No, I think that exactly. I mean, get a backup at a certain point. Make sure that you don't leave on one leg.
Yeah, cash flow.
First thing,
have cash flow ready to go.
And cash flow. So we have 5 basically.
Yeah, 5 tips. 5 tips to survive the coronavirus. Click now. All right, cool. Well, Phil, thank you so much for doing this with me again, and I'll put in the link where they can find you. And for those of you watching live on YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on the podcast, do the same, subscribe. And I'll be talking to you guys later. See you. All right, Bill.